Hello everyone, my name is Ray Bowman and this is my Week 2 presentation for MPA 540 Human Resource Management for the Public Sector. The focus of this presentation, which is the second one for this week, involves a variety of things, which includes the Foreign Service Officer, state and local agency recruitment. As a quick overview of today's presentation, I'll first discuss the Foreign State Officer position, briefly describing the career tracks, the application process, and what I would do in preparation. And the second part of this presentation, I will talk about a couple of job postings at the state and local level to compare them against some of the components provided in our textbook. In particular, I chose an Associate Governmental Program Analyst for Caltrans and compared it with a Senior Transit Analyst for the City of Redondo Beach. I'll of course have a reference list and a closing slide as well. So this week we learned about Foreign Service Officers, or FSOs, and the potential career tracks with the Department of State. There are currently 5 different tracks for FSOs, and pictured on this slide are those 5 different career paths for anyone wanting to pursue a career as an FSO. There is the Consular Officer, the Economic Officer, the Political Officer, the Public Diplomacy Officer, and the Management Officer. Of these 5, I would be most interested in pursuing a career as an economic officer or pursuing the economic career track. The reason being is that it's the closest and most relevant to what I'm doing now. I have my bachelor's degree in economics and accounting, and as Deputy Director of Administrative Services, I feel as though this branch or career track would be the natural branch that I could potentially be interested in or potentially thrive in. The Department of State did put together a 5-step guide on how to become a Foreign Service Officer. The first step is to apply for the Foreign Service Officer tests. So in this step, you'd choose a career path, complete your personal narrative, and apply for the Foreign Service Officer test, or the FSOT. The second step is to take the assessment, which has 3 components: a case management exercise, a group exercise, and a structured interview. The third step is the final reviews, where a candidate may qualify for an offer if they meet the medical qualifications, if they can receive top secret security clearance, and if they can receive a positive evaluation from a sustainability panel. The fourth step here involves the register, which is a rank-based list of candidates and their preferences. And the fifth and final step is the final offer. So the higher you rank in the assessment and in the register, the more likely and more quickly you are to receive the final offer and invite to join as a Foreign Service Officer. The Department of State's guide definitely put the application process into very simple steps, but we know that federal jobs with top security clearance are difficult to obtain. In order to prepare, I definitely focus on my writing, specifically as it relates to the personal narratives. I'd also take some FSOT practice exams, as well as dive into the suggested reading list on the U.S. Department of State's website, and that reading list covers a variety of topics, including foreign affairs, United States culture, history, policy, and world history as well. I think that the recruitment videos were definitely helpful in giving some insight to the different career paths within the FSO realm. However, I do feel as though they're quite outdated, especially as the political landscape and foreign affairs issues have changed drastically just within the past year. In order to further enhance their recruitment, I would not only recommend updating the videos to more current and relevant issues, but also marketing these recruitment materials to underrepresented communities to increase the diversity of the applicant pool for the FSOs. Now, on to the second part of the presentation, which involves the elements of a job announcement and comparing state and local job postings. So our textbook covers different elements of job postings, and listed on this slide are the different components, and that typically includes the title of the position and organization, the salary range for the position, a brief description of the position, including essential job duties, minimum qualifications to apply, special conditions, if any, what the application process might look like, and some verbiage about equal opportunity employment. It could also include some classification information, career potential or growth potential, and special benefits if those are available. So I took a look at a couple of different positions, first being a position at the state level, and I found this through calcareers.ca.gov, which is essentially a repository of jobs that are open at the state level. This particular position is for the Associate Governmental Program Analyst for the state agency Caltrans. So I've included a few screenshots that cover essentially the salary range, which is $5,855 to $7,327 a month. Listed on this job posting, of course, are the essential job duties and job descriptions. It's pretty descriptive. And in addition to that, the requisite information on minimum qualifications as well as the application procedures are here as well. The CalCareers or Caltrans job posting was pretty lengthy. It did include equal opportunity employment, as well as a link to the different classifications at the state level. So it was a pretty robust job posting. Compare that to the next job posting, which is at the local municipal level. The second position is the Senior Management Analyst for the Transit Division for the City of Redondo Beach. And this job posting was posted on NeoGov, which is a popular resource for job postings for local municipalities. Similarly, it did include, of course, the title of the position, the organization, the salary range, a brief description of the job duties, minimum qualifications, and of course the application procedures. But as you can tell, even in just looking at the screenshot, the tone of this job application posting and the available amount of information compared to the Caltrans posting is already pretty different. So just as a brief comparison of the different job postings in this presentation, there are certainly differences. For instance, federal job postings appear to be highly regulated, typically involving a very lengthy process. So even though the Department of State broke it down to 5 different steps, the FSO process can take months and months to get between steps 1 to steps 5, and even then the post-offer training can take up to 18 months according to the videos that we watched. Compare that to the Caltrans posting that doesn't seem to require multiple testings compared to the FSO. And to take that a step further, the City of Redondo Beach makes no mention of an assessment or exam for the Senior Management Analyst position. Classification systems are also very transparent at the state level compared to the local municipality job posting. And another interesting difference is, again, the tone of each job posting. The FSO posting felt a little bit like an advertisement with the videos that were available. The state job posting felt way more rigid, and the local municipality felt warm and approachable. So even there, we can see some differences. This slide here just lays out the references for the resource material that I used in today's presentation. And with that, I'd like to thank you so much for your time and for your feedback. I look forward to seeing your presentations. Thanks, and have a great day.